to my channel. Today I have a mid-May message for all of the Aquariuses out in the collective. Please note this is going to be a general reading, so it is not going to resonate with every single Aquarius out in the collective. I ask that you take with you what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are new to my channel, welcome to Eileen Into Spirit. My name is Eileen Rouse. I am a psychic intuitive, a spiritual coach, and a sound healing practitioner. So without further ado, Aquarius, let's go ahead and dive right into your mid-May message. So Aquarius, we are starting out with flexible, wolf with instinct, and birthing a new age. So Aquarius, right off the bat with wolf and instinct, this is really about listening to your internal guidance system. It's really about tuning into your intuition, really learning to trust your gut, listening to your gut, allowing it to lead you towards the next step, maybe towards something new. I do feel that the energy that you are in this mid-month is really sort of trying you. It can be a little bit frustrating, which is why you're needing to sort of adapt. You're needing to be a little bit more flexible. It's almost like you're being guided towards going with the flow versus trying to resist what is actually coming up. I think this is the whole reason why your main message is about listening to your instinct, because I want you to understand that a wolf truly goes with their internal gut. They know exactly where they need to go. They utilize all of their senses, including their gut instincts, to keep them safe, to provide themselves with shelter, to provide themselves with food. They go long distances merely on instinct, and that is just because that is what is deep within them. I feel that this mid-month, you are sort of creating new things for yourself in your life. And this is the reason why you're needing to really listen to your instincts and be a little bit more adaptable, a little bit more flexible, because the more adaptable that you can become to your natural instincts or your natural surroundings, the more you're going to be able to witness newer things flowing into your life. I feel one of the biggest lessons that we often all have to learn here, Aquarius, is that whenever things get challenging or we are faced a bunch of obstacles, we often allow those things to sort of conflict our decisions. We allow it to sort of muddle up our thoughts, and therefore not really allowing us to make proper choices or more conscious choices by being fully aware of our surroundings or what's going on around us. So I feel for you here this mid-month, Aquarius, it's really about adapting to your surroundings, really listening to your gut instincts, and sort of allowing yourself to make the appropriate choices that is best suited for you. Not necessarily suited for the bigger picture, but more suited for you in the moment, okay? So let's go ahead and dive into the tarot here to see what additional insight Spirit has for you. So I feel that whatever is coming up here, you're needing to really not focus in on it from an emotional perspective, but truly allow yourself to see beyond what's actually occurring. I feel that a lot of times when we face any type of challenges or obstacles, we get very emotionally invested in it, and we look at it from an emotional perspective instead of looking at it from the perspective of how is this benefiting me? What am I truly gaining out of going through this experience or having to endure this, right? The Queen of Swords speaks all about cutting out all of the bullshit in our life and really aligning ourselves to our intellect and our intuition. The Empress here is all about creation and creativity and abundance. So I feel that with you in this month and having to be more flexible, I feel this is where you're truly going to learn your strengths and how actually smart you really are when it comes to making the right choices for yourself. I think that if you can look at it from an intellectual perspective and you can see it and make that choice, recognizing that attaching yourself to it emotionally or reacting to it in a way that is based more on your emotions really isn't going to help you create or see the blessing that is actually occurring here. So we now move on to the Five of Wands with the Sun card. So the Five of Wands is all about that internal conflict that we feel when we are merely trying to attain a specific goal or achieve something that we truly desire or that we're passionate about. Your gut instincts are just that way, right? Your gut instincts really sort of come to the forefront and really help you to decipher what actions actually need to take place. I feel that you're needing to overcome any type of barrier that you might actually face here, Aquarius, that resides in that soul internal conflict where you're only seeing things from one perspective and you're only allowing yourself to make choices that you are comfortable in. I think it's important for you to recognize this. Your gut instincts are often going to have you make choices that you normally would not make. And I feel this is a learning curve for you. You're having to learn how to trust your instincts and listen to those instincts because you know that ultimately those instincts are going to lead you in the right direction. We now have the Eight of Swords in reversed with the King of Cups, excuse me. Okay. Here's what I find very interesting, Aquarius. I feel that a lot of times, any type of internal conflict that you have when it comes to your gut instincts, you feel very restricted and confined by that. And I feel that you often turn a blind eye to that. I guess any sort of area that you feel very uncomfortable in or in an area that you don't have full control over, it sort of puts you in this state where you get all wrapped up in your thoughts, and your thoughts really make you feel like you're being, closed in, or that you're being bound by certain rules or regulations. But here's what I want to tell you. That's all in your head. It is literally all in your head here, Aquarius. There isn't anything that I feel like you sometimes see things that really aren't there. And what I mean by that is that I think you make things a lot bigger than they actually are because it's all in your mind. You're just overthinking things to a point that you feel that you're bound or that you feel that you're restricted and that you can't actually move or anything. But that's because you're not adapting to the situation in the moment. The King of Cups is all about listening to your heart's wisdom. Listening to your heart's wisdom is all about your gut instincts. You need to be, really aware of what your gut instincts are really trying to tell you and allow your gut instincts to lead you in making those appropriate choices. I think once you do that, you'll be able to sort of see the path that you're on. You'll be able to recognize that you are creating something new, that you are building a newer foundation for yourself that is more in alignment with who you naturally are. That's the whole point of the wolf, right? The wolf never really conforms to anyone else's idea of who they are. They are who they are, and they're proud of who they are. Wolves are very courageous. They're very brave. So we now have the Four of Cups here with the Justice card. Now, what I want to point out for you here, Aquarius, is that the Four of Cups is all about this sense of apathy that one feels when they go through certain specific experiences. And I feel that whenever a situation comes up where you're needing to intellectually make a choice and trust your gut instincts, you sort of fall back a little bit. You sort of look at it from a perspective of, well, I'm only going to get the same, results. So I don't really see a point. There's no difference in me accepting what is, right? The Four of Cups is all about the disappointment that one feels when they experience things the same way. But the thing is that have you grown accustomed to that feeling? And are you not allowing yourself to experience something different because you're afraid of what that might bring or what that might actually be? The Justice card is about having faith and recognizing that the law of cause and effect is always at play in your life, right? So for every action, there is a reaction. And I feel that you have to recognize that you play a part in that, Aquarius. You play a part in your actions by the choices that you make and the actual thoughts that you bring about in your day-to-day life. So I feel that in order for you to find balance in your life, you have to be able to make better conscious choices that align you to your truth. Moving on, we have the Lover's card with the Queen of Wands. Now, the Lover's card is really about, again, it's really about listening to your heart's wisdom. Your heart is where your intuition lies, and your heart is where your instincts truly reside. And I feel that a lot of times we sort of disassociate ourselves from our own instincts because we're afraid of what that might mean. We're actually afraid of what we might experience in the long run. The Queen of Wands is all about finding that self-esteem and that confidence in your ability to be able to shine confidently and authentically in who you are. I feel that your happiness truly resides in you being confident in the choices that you make, even if that means following your gut instincts. Last but not least, we have the Hermit card here with the Page of Cups. Now, the Hermit card is all about that introspection, us truly really pulling in and recognizing that we have to take a step back and truly allow ourselves to focus in on the things that we feel uncomfortable on the inside, right? So the Hermit card is all about going on this long journey towards solitude and truly finding ourselves, uncovering ourselves, or discovering ourselves. The Page of Cups is really recognizing that, you know, all of the dreams and desires that we ultimately have, we can ultimately create, but we have to make practical decisions and practical choices. I think all in all here, Aquarius, your main message this month is really about following your gut instincts, really tuning in to where your soul or where your intuition is truly leading you. I feel that a lot of times when we are not really tuned in that way, we might not actually make the right choices. And I think a lot of that is because we're so used to just following what everyone else does or what we feel everyone else wants us to do instead of truly listening in on our own inner guidance. So Aquarius, this is your message this month. I want to thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you next time with your new message. Bye, guys.